Hello, my name is Sally and I have my lovely model June with me today, and I'm going to do a full makeover on June, but I'm going to sort of really take a little bit of time to address a concern that June has, which is as we get older, a lot of us find that our lips become a little bit thinner. So when we get to lips, I'm going to spend a bit of time telling you and showing June and yourselves how you can actually make your lips look a little bit plumper without looking unnatural. So as I said, as we get older, it's really common to find that the lips have become thinner. We produce less collagen and the muscles around the lip area are not as strong as they were. There are certain things you can do. One of them, of course, is to just draw attention away from the lips by wearing beautiful earrings. You've got lovely earrings on today, June. Really beautiful eye makeup, lovely blusher and hair, everything else. So that's one thing you can do. The other thing that's really important is to keep your lips in tip-top condition, because if you've got dry lips, then that will accentuate the thinness. If your lips are slightly more hydrated, that makes a massive difference. So I'm a great believer in either using a little baby toothbrush, a soft dry toothbrush with some lip balm, and just taking away any sort of dryness and any flaky skin at night time, and then putting more balm on. That really works well. Or you can make your own little scrub for your lips with like a teaspoon of brown sugar, teaspoon of olive oil, and just massage in and then rinse off, and that will take away all the dead skin cells, and then you can put some lip balm on at night, and that will really also hydrate. Now I'm going to be working on June's particular dilemma that she's come to us with of slightly thinner lips. So the first product I'm going to use is the really brilliant Never Feather Lip Prime. This product is fantastic for stopping lipstick bleeding. As we get older, as we get more lines around our lips, it's very easy for lipstick to migrate once you put it on. So this product will stop that. The secret to using it is to use it on the outer edge of the lips rather than on the lips itself. So I am going to go just above June's lips, following all the way around. It's kind of like a magic product, this. It's wonderful. So the secret is to put enough on and to let it dry before you actually apply your lipstick. So do it just before the lipstick process. I'm going a fraction higher because I'm going to just build up very, very slightly. If you've got thin lips, what I would suggest is you do not go for a really dark, really dull lipstick. Keep the lip colour sort of mid-tone colour or very slightly lighter, and it can have a little bit of brightness to it. You don't want anything too, as I said, definitely not dark, definitely not really dull. So I have chosen for June soft coral. You can see it's a really pretty colour. It's not too dark, not too light, but it's got a little bit of brightness in. It's also really good for neutrals, so it goes with cooler or warmer colourings. It's just an all-round good lipstick to use. So really important to apply with the lip brush number 5. Now you can, with slightly thinner lips, very slightly build up. So I would suggest, if you're going to try that, not to use the long-lasting lipstick until you've perfected your application procedure. So I'm going to try today using this is non-long lasting, just to show you how it works. So I'm using my lip brush number 5, and so therefore you can build up very slightly over the Cupid's bow if you want to. So what I'm going to do is start in the middle, and I am just going to outline June's lips. So I'm using a liner, but I'm using the lipstick as a liner to start with. And then once I've outlined, I fill it in. This is where, using the brush, you can be so much more precise than just applying it with a bullet. When I'm in a hurry, I do just put it on with my bullet, but if I want it to look really professional and to create a really nice shape, then I always make sure I do use my lip brush. It's definitely worth it. If you've got dry lips, as I said earlier, put some lip balm on at the beginning before you put your makeup on. Leave it on until this point and then wipe off the excess before you start the lipstick application process. So, a top tip to keep your lipstick on, particularly if you're not wearing one of the long-lasting lipsticks, is to take a tissue, when you've put one layer of lipstick on, split it so you've got the thinnest layer of tissue, hold it over your lips. I might just ask June just to hold that for me, okay? And I'm taking a little bit of the translucent powder and powdering through my very thin tissue. So I'm now going to take the tissue away gently. See, it's come off a little bit, and I'm just going to literally put a tiny bit directly on, and then I'm going to put a second layer of lipstick on. If you have perfected exactly the shape that you want and you're using a long-lasting lipstick, you don't necessarily have to do that at that stage, but if you haven't got the shade that you love in long-lasting, it's definitely worth trying. Another top tip, if you've got thinner lips, is to use a little bit of gloss, either a clear gloss or a slightly lighter gloss, in just the middle area of the lips, which will draw attention to that area which is already the thickest area, particularly at the bottom. So I'm going to use clear, gorgeous gloss lip shining clear on June today. I'm just going to put it in the middle rather than all over. It also creates a little bit of extra texture, which will have the illusion, therefore, of just making the lips look a little bit thicker. And very glamorous too. So final top tip is to use a little bit of the Instant Bright highlighter, which we used earlier, just on the Cupid's bow. So I'm actually applying it with a very small lip brush again, number 5. Just here and here. So we have now finished with June. I just wanted to recap with regard to June's dilemma of slightly thinner lips. Most important thing is to keep your lips in really good hydrated condition. If your lips are dry and flaky, that will actually make them look thinner. So if you can try and either use a lip scrub or a soft toothbrush after putting on lip balm, just to take off the dry skin, and then put more lip balm on, or just a flannel will also work, or you can make sure also that you are drinking enough. It's always really important to keep hydrated, because if you are dehydrated, that will also show in your lips. Really important to use the Never Feather Lip Primer before you put your lipstick on, and that will stop the lipstick from migrating. I would suggest using a mid-tone, not too dark and not too dull lipstick on thinner lips. So keep it a little bit mid-depth to slightly lighter in colour, and use your lip brush number 5 to outline. If you use a lip pencil, then use a lip pencil at that stage to make sure that you have outlined your lips, and fill it in all over. Now obviously you can use a lip liner to do that, and if you are, then fill it in. If you're going to use a lip liner, fill the whole lip area in. You can very slightly go above the Cupid's bow, and if you're using a lip liner, top tip is to use a very slightly darker colour just in the middle third of your bottom lip, and that will also make your lips look a little bit thicker. Finally, make sure that you use a light gloss in the centre of your lips, particularly at the bottom where the lips are the thickest, because that will draw the attention and the light to that area of your lips, which will make your lips appear to be thicker. Final tip was to use a tiny bit of Instant Bright highlight on your Cupid's bow, which again brings that forward. Has to be a tiny amount or you will look as though you've had a frothy cappuccino, but works really, really well to just bring and highlight the top of your lip and make them look thicker. So thank you for being an amazing model.
Thank you, Sally. It's lovely.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.